Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, yay, I can pause this way. Okay. I am going to start with. Okay, you guys asked for a video on how I made the skins. So, um, let me get started with that. So, first of all, you take potatoes. I'm using some red skin potatoes of about this size. You don't want to use much smaller than this because you want to be able to scoop out the inside like that. So, because you want to have a nice little edge to fry. Okay? And then, so I did a plate full of those. I have them in my fryer right now. And I've got some that are ready, and so that they look like this for you to fill with the filling. And you don't want to waste those middles, the little scoops that you take out. So we're going to use that to add to the creaminess of our stuff. And then with my first batch of potatoes, I roasted a chunk of garlic, just a small one because small size is what I had. And then once you roast this, now I cut the top off and I put this in for about it was at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes along with the potatoes. And then once you do that, all you got to do is squeeze it right out. It comes right out of the paper. I mean, you take the outer paper off, but it comes right out, and it's yummy. And it is so much more. It's so much sweeter. It's got a different flavor to it. I mean, you can just eat these right out of this if you want. Spread it on toast. It's delicious. Just a nice healthy way to have a little bit of a spicy snack. Put it on a piece of toast with some sliced tomato, and it's yummy. And so I'm going to finish getting these separated and put into the container, because this whole little head, because it's such a mild flavor once you roast it, I'm just going to put the whole small little head in there. If you were using a big garlic, maybe it would be 4 or 5 cloves of roasted. Just if you're going to do raw garlic, you just want to do it to taste. But I mean, this stuff will it'll spread kind of like butter. But I mean, I don't know if you can see how creamy that is. So let me pause it and get that done. Okay. Now I also have, you saw the potatoes go in and the garlic. 1 can of garbanzo beans, chickpeas, whatever you want to call them. When I made these the other day, I did not use the aquafaba, but then I ended up having to put water in. So I'm just going to use the aquafaba because that's extra nutrition. So I'm just going to use the aquafaba this time and just dump that whole can right in there. And if it's a little thinner, it ain't gonna hurt anything. You could always add a little extra bit of potato or something to thicken it up if you wanted that thicker flavor or that thicker. Okay. Then I'm going to add. I just got some Stone Ground Great Value mustard, and it's water, mustard seed, vinegar, salts, and citric acid as a preservative, and a little bit of turmeric. So I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons. Kind of depends on your taste. We both like ground mustard, so yeah. So I put about about 2 tablespoons. And then just mayo. Gonna put about 2 tablespoons of that in. Yeah, right about 2 tablespoons of that. And if some of you are grossed out because I use my fingers and stuff, I don't care. It's mine. It's you know, I'm cooking for me and my sweetie, and so I don't really care if it's, you know, my fingers. And then
maybe I care.
Yeah, I don't think she cares either. And then we're gonna go with just a pinch of the pink Himalayan sea salt. Literally just barely any. And ground turmeric, about a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half. Like I said, a lot of this depends on your taste buds. Turmeric is really mild in flavor, so you know, if you put, I mean, it's going to give it that nice color. And so, and then I'm going to blend this. And yeah, I went a little past the max line. I always go past the max line. But I love my NutriBullet. And then when, let me get this blended. And when I get it blended, I've got some little bitty diced pieces of celery and onion that I'm going to add, that I'm just going to stir in because we want that little bit of crunch. Now, as you can see, I have my, this is my cooler. I got my NutriBullet up here, turned around so you can see the nice name, you know. And all this runs, I have an APU, so I've got it all running on my APU. This is my Power XL fryer, air fryer that I love, that I got for my birthday. And
because you're a spoiled brat.
Because I'm a spoiled brat. And she really got it for me because she wants me to cook for her in it. But you know, and then I'm going to get this blended up, and I'll be back with you. Okay, so the next step in the process is just to fill them. Now, I could make them look pretty if I was, you know, doing a whole piping bag and all that, but hello, I live in a truck. Well, okay, I don't live in the truck, but I'm in the truck most of the time, so...
She lives in the truck.
Yeah. So, I am not carrying a piping bag and all that to make it look pretty when I'm just going to stuff it in my face. Or she's going to stuff it in her face because, you know, she's here with me right now. So... Okay, so I filled them all up, and then, oh, I forgot to mention, if you want these just to have that right, you know, it just finished it off the flavor, go ahead and delete the Hawaiian salt I used earlier, or the Himalayan I used earlier, and get you black salt. This is Hawaiian. The Indian black salt's really yummy, whatever. It kind of adds a little bit of a sulfur flavor so that it gives you a little more of the idea of almost like an egg yolk inside of it. So, and then sprinkle the top with smoked paprika. This is the island. This is the brand I bought because I really like this brand. And they're going to look like that. And even the picky one really likes them, and she's throwing a fit to get her hands on them.
Bite me.
And so I'm going to hand some of these up to her, and she doesn't want to be on camera though. And okay, she's throwing her arm back like, here, hand me one. So there you go.
Thank you.
They are delicious.
They're amazing.
And the smoked paprika, I mean, you can use regular if you really want to, but that smoked paprika really sets these off. And they're so yummy. And there's a little bit of fat in them. I personally, just for myself, if I was not making these with her in mind, would not have added the mayo just because I didn't want the extra fat. But considering how much this makes, I don't think it's all that much extra fat. Hold on a minute. So, people, I didn't get this big because I didn't know how to cook. Anyway, so it actually,
I got this big because she knows how to cook too.
it actually filled up this bowl, and I believe this is a 5-cup bowl, and it filled it up to, well, you can see where it filled it up to the to like that outer little lip. So I've got plenty left for the amount of potatoes. These would be great for a church social. Even with the jest, you don't have to worry about them going bad. Like just because they're out, you know, maybe it's not quite so cool if you're out at a picnic or something. That's the nice thing about jest. There's no egg, and they're just yummy. And so we are going to go eat. And there's some fat in the beans, I think. Total fat per 130 calories is 10 calories. So less than 10% fat for the beans. So, you know, the fat is really negligible if you don't add the jest. And this says in the mustard that there is no fat. And so it's just deliciousness. Like I said, I'm gonna go eat now. So I hope y'all have a great day. Be blessed upon your path and enjoy. I got this idea from several different YouTubers. I combined a bunch of different recipes and then kind of played with it and made it my own. So, but the basic idea came from a recipe done by Butterfly Effect, where she did a recipe for angel eggs. And then Jane Esselstyn did a recipe for deviled eggs, or deviled potatoes. So she did angel potatoes. Yeah, angel potatoes, not angel eggs. She did, Butterfly Effect did angel potatoes, and then Jane Esselstyn did deviled potatoes. And I played with them and then changed it up a little bit and got you some skins. They're delicious, and I hope you try them. Tag me if you do. Let me know. And I will see you guys later. Bye.